Hey guys, welcome back to the Roberts Homestead and How-Tos, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to descale or clean your tankless water heater. So stay tuned, I'm going to show you exactly all the tools that you're going to need. So in order to descale your tankless water heater, first and foremost you're going to need a descaling kit. Now all this kit comes with is this tub, a little pump, and the solution itself, as well as 2 cables. So if you already have a 5-gallon bucket and you've got a little water pump, you probably don't need to spend the money on this. You can just go get the solution itself, but these are only like $100 on Amazon. I'll put that link below, but if you've already got most of the components, you can probably just get away with getting the solution. So for this kit that I bought a few years ago, again, it comes with this 1.6 horsepower pump and a couple of these braided cables, as well as the solution itself. Now, as far as the descaler solution itself, I've not had much luck finding that at your normal home improvement stores. You may have to get that online on Amazon, but you're gonna need, per unit, you're gonna need 1 quart, and you're gonna mix this with 1 gallon of water. Again, I will leave some links to where you can buy this product in the description below. Now, in addition to the descaling kit, you also maybe need a couple of extra tools. Needle nose pliers, I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to need those for here in just a moment. And you may need some kind of a wrench to loosen this up if the fittings are too tight. And lastly, you may need a step stool or a ladder depending upon where your connections are, where your outlets are. Our outlet happens to be up pretty high, so that leads me to step 1. First thing you're going to do, shut off the power. So as you can see in our system, our outlet is way up here. So again, first thing you're going to do, unplug the power. Set that down, out of the way. And depending upon your unit, whether it's electric or gas, ours happens to be gas. So I'm going to shut that off now so that there's no gas coming into the unit. And that's it for step 1. Now, before we go on to descaling the unit, first of all, let me explain to you why you need to do this. So these systems will last you for decades, 10, 15, 20 years easily if you take care of them. But because there is water flowing through them, there will be a tendency, depending upon how hard or how soft your water is, for scale to build up within the unit. And if it does that, then that's going to clog up the system. It's not going to run as efficiently. You may even get an error code on there that will tell you to flush, but it's always a good idea to do this before you even get to that point. And it also depends on the size of your house, how many people are going to be using this unit. That will determine how often you need to descale the unit itself. Now, just to make things a lot easier, I like to do ours once a year. I've seen somewhere where you can go up to 18 months, even 2 years if you're not using it as much. But again, I like to be more safe than sorry, so we do ours once a year. Okay, so now on to the second step is we want to shut off the hot water and the cold water that's coming into the unit. You can see here ours is labeled with the blue is going to be cold, the red is going to be hot, and you've got these 90-degree shut-off valves here. You want to turn those all the way, and this one's pretty tight. But just get in there and shut those off. Remember, anytime you're going to be turning any of these types of valves, if it's perpendicular, you're shutting off the supply. If it's running parallel with the piping or the tubing, then it's going to be open. Now, we need to take these off because that's where we're going to hook up the hose to the descaling unit. So now we're just going to twist those off. Go. And you can see, you got to be careful there. See that O-ring right there? You want to make sure that that doesn't come out because you definitely want that back on there. So we're going to do both of these. So again, this descaling kit comes with 2 separate hoses. So we're going to hook the first one up here on the cold side. And now we're going to hook the one up on the hot water side. After you get those connections, you can open the return valves here. Again, that's going to be opening up the access to these hoses down into the bucket once we get the pump and water going. All right, so now that we have these hoses connected to the hot and cold water, you're going to take the hose from the cold water side and you're going to attach that to your pump. Just like that. And then this water pump is going to sit down in the bucket with the solution. So again, as far as the solution goes, mix 1 quart of the descaler with 1 gallon of clean water, put that in the bucket, and then you're just going to set the water pump down into that solution. Now, the only other step here is to take the hose connected to the hot water side and place that down into the bucket as well, and that's going to complete our circuit so that the water can just flow all through the system, back down into the bucket, and then it just creates that loop. And we're going to run this for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now, before we can do that, we've got to turn these final 2 valves, which opens up these lines. And it's right here and right here. And again, we're just going to make those parallel. Now this whole system is open. All we have to do is plug in the pump. All right, guys, so we're going to let this run for about 45 minutes to an hour. Again, all this is doing is creating a loop here, running that descaler in that solution all the way down here into this bucket, and the pump is pumping it up. The hot water line is returning it so that it just can run continuously. All right, so we're back. It's been running for about 45 minutes. Now all we have to do is pull the plug to shut the power off the pump, and then we can go on to the final 2 steps. So we're going to do 2 last things before we're completely done with this project. 1, we're going to check the filter. 2, we're going to kind of do a backwash and flush any remaining possible sediments that have built up or were left behind from doing the descaling. So you may need some needle nose pliers for this one. The filter is right under here. I'm going to bring you in a little bit closer so that you can see. All right, so that filter that I'm talking about is right there. But before we do that, we're going to shut off this valve, and we can go ahead and disconnect the cold water side. Now remember, this is the hose that's going to the pump. We can take that off and set that aside. All right, so the filter that I'm talking about is right here. Now, you may need your needle nose pliers to stick in there to turn it, to get it to break loose, but eventually you'll be able to just get it out with your hand. Now, before you do this, have your bucket ready because there may be some water that spills out of there. So the filter that I'm talking about is this little white plastic thing with this little metal screen. And you can see we do actually have a little bit of residual debris down in there. So all you really need to do is just run that under a faucet or a water hose and get all those little particles of debris out of there, and then just simply reinstall the filter. All right, so now for the final step where we're going to basically make sure that there's no debris or anything left in the tank. We're going to kind of do this backwash system. We can have the cold water hose off as well as the isolation valve on the cold water side turned off. You want to have the isolation valve on the hot water side open, and you want to have this hose ready because we're going to get ready to start spraying water everywhere. So if you have access like I do to an open garage door, which is literally right here, we can spray the water outside. If your unit happens to be inside in a basement, in a closet, or somewhere where you don't have access to just freely spray water, have a bucket ready and make sure that you're doing this extremely slow. So all we're going to do is, again, make sure the cold water isolation valve is off, and you can go ahead and reattach the cover. You want to make sure the isolation valve on the hot side is open. Now, what we're going to do is turn the cold water side on, and we're going to do that very, very slowly. And as we do that, water is going to circulate throughout the unit and come out the hose that's connected to the hot water side. Now, nothing's going to kick on. We haven't plugged the system back in. We haven't turned the gas on. We're just simply flushing it with cold water. So, again, we're going to turn this very slowly. So we just turn that on really slow, and we're just going to let this run for about 30 seconds to a minute. And all we're doing is flushing out the tank. Now when you're done doing that, just turn the cold water supply off. All right, so now we've completed the descaling process as well as flushed out the tank to make sure there's no extra debris in there. We can remove this final hose, close this isolation valve so that that doesn't make a mess. Put the cap back on. Again, this is also a good time to check those O-rings to make sure that they're still good. And that's pretty much it. Make sure your filter's good, make sure your isolation valves are off, and then you can turn your gas back on, plug in the system, and you're pretty much done. So that's pretty much it, guys. Once you have the gas turned back on and you plug in the power, you should see the numbers light up to whatever temperature you had it set on before. You should hear the unit actually kick on and start to power on. The last thing that you actually need to do is just to go inside, turn the hot water on, make sure the unit is working properly, and that's about it. Hi guys, well thanks for watching this how-to video. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something today. If you did, give the video a like, a subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.